I'm going to show you guys how to submit a new credit repair client to Expert Credit Systems Outsourcing. Um, I typically work in the Expert view, but I know most of you have the Pro Plus system, so your main view is the Advanced view. So I'll show you in this area. What you want to do first is make sure you've got the client's name that you're submitting to us spelt correctly. Make sure you double check the address. Make sure the address you have here is their mailing address. This address needs to match whatever proof of address document you send us. Please make sure you double check that before you submit it to us. Although my processors do try to catch those mistakes, they are dealing with a lot of files every day, and their main focus is on getting the trade lines into the system, determining what our strategy for disputing is, identifying which items need to be deleted in what way, and getting those items in dispute as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible. So if we miss something like that, we tend to put that blame back on you guys. Please don't take that personal, but we do expect you guys on the front end to submit as clean a file as you can. So again, just double check your stuff before you submit it to us. Make sure the client's got an email address in there if you want us to send the update for the portal. If you do not want us to submit or send an email to the client with a link to their portal, if you guys would prefer to do that yourself, what I would recommend is in the send receive box that I'm going to go over here in a second, you just don't send us the client's email address. That'll stop us from sending any updates to your clients on accident. Now, just a heads up, when we send an update to your client, it doesn't come from us. It does come from a privately registered email or domain, and that email address is noreply@mycreditrepairprogress.com. It's a very generic email. It's just meant to send a link to your client directly so that you don't have to. That link is a one-click link right into their client portal where they'll be able to see your company info and all that good stuff. So it all appears to be coming from you. And they will see what's been fixed, what's been deleted, what's in dispute. Okay. Now, let's go through kind of the process of sending us a client. Once you've double checked your work, the first thing is to notate whatever special instructions you may have for us, and we ask you to put it in the format I have here. You want to put it in processing note with the semicolon here, and then whatever instructions you have for us. Make sure you put it in red. If you're unsure how to do that, the quickest way to do it is just like this. Okay. And you just highlight your note like this, and then just click this little red button. It turns it into bold red. Hit save. You've added those special instructions. And you can put notes in here every round of disputes at any point in time and send us the update. We'll receive the update, and then we'll follow those instructions to the best of our ability. The next thing you guys want to make sure you do is under Task Manager plus UDF. So this is going to be an important area. The first 4 user-defined fields here, we would request that you use this to put the credit monitoring information in. So you've got CR username, CR password, security word, monitoring URL, just like that, just in that format. Make sure you've got the social down here. You got the date of birth here. Next thing is if it's a brand new file, you want to make sure the context status is in processing new, just like this. Okay. And you want to make sure that it's exactly the way I have it here. Number 13 dash processing new, all caps. That way it comes across, it matches the statuses we have on our end. And then as far as ID docs, proof of address, proof of social, there's 2 ways that you can send us the proof of address and proof of social. The preferred way is this picture box here. So when I click on the picture box, it opens up this field like this. And what I can do is import the document or copy and paste it. Typically, it's a smaller file for some reason if you just copy and paste it. So what I recommend is you just go to the file on your desktop, wherever it is. So I'll go in here and find one. And I'm just going to right click here, copy, and then I'll go back into the software and I'll click in here and just hit paste. And there's my proof of address, proof of social. The reason we prefer it here, just a heads up, is that when our processors go to print letters, it's going to give us the option of printing a picture with the letters, and this is the area where the picture is printed from. So that's one way to provide us the proof of address, proof of social. Okay. The other way is right here under documents. You just hit the plus sign, name the documents, and then like I've shown in other trainings, you just put the documents in this document box. Now the thing here is if you're going to use this area to send us the documents, you have to make sure that this box right here, these two boxes here next to these items, are checked on your end. What this box is being checked for is you're literally telling the software which attachments or documents to include when you send us this file. If it's unchecked, we won't receive it. You may have other documents, contracts, items that you don't want to send to us, and that's why we have this option here where you can select what you want sent to us. Okay. Now once you actually have everything you see here filled out the way you see it, okay, now you don't have to have the picture here plus the documents. It's either or, just to make it clear. And once you've got this all ready to go, you're just literally going to hit the up arrow here to send us the file. So I'll do that. When you hit the up arrow, the boxes that you see checked here are exactly what you need to have checked when you send it to us. Okay, you only have to have these boxes checked once on one record, and this is global. So this will stay set like this for all future files you send and receive to us. Okay, date of birth, picture, okay, that's where that picture comes, contact status, extra fields. This is your documents, that's down here. This has to be checked. Make sure that's checked at all times. Once you have this set up right, like I said, you'll never have to do it again. Now it's time to go ahead and update or send the file. It's going to give me an option to send just the current record or a selected group of records. Most people send one at a time. However, if you wanted to send us a couple at a time, you could have those 2 or 3 or 4 records selected, and instead of hitting current here, you would hit selected. That's going to be a big file. It might take a little while to get to us though, so I would recommend one at a time. You get this little email option that you're used to. Just hit instant, and the email's created. You'll just select, you'll just put our email address in there. I recommend you have it in the drop down, or you have it saved in your little one-click deal here, like that. Okay. We'll put my email address in here so you guys can see me receive it. And you just send the email. You've just submitted a file to us. Okay, so that email just got sent out. Okay, it'll be in my inbox here, and we'll receive that file on our end, and it'll automatically populate into our system. So I'm going to go to clear all this out. Okay, pretend we don't have this record in our system at all. Let's just pretend we don't have any of this information in here. Okay. Go in here, we'll delete this, just so you guys can see how effective this is. Okay. Good enough. All right, so we've cleared out most of the information, and I'll go into the email system and receive the email. Okay, here's the email. You're going to send this email to processing. When you send that through the send receive system, by the way, you're going to send it to processing@expertcreditsystems.com. You're not going to send it to chat@expertcreditsystems.com. The email will come to my processors just like this. They simply click to open it, and they will just open the attachments. it'll automatically, you'll see here, because the record already exists, it's going to update the existing record. And it'll add all that information back in that I eliminated, which you'll see here. See how I had erased all this information? Well, now it's all back in because the information you sent to us populated right in. We've now got this record in processing new. We're ready to process your client's file. Once we have processed your client's file, we will simply change the status to processing active, as long as we were able to print letters and all the information we needed was there. Or we'll put it into a current issue status along with notes that you will see in your credit repair area. When we send you a file, and when we send this file back to you and you do the same thing our processor did, you click the little update button to import the update, it'll typically take you to the credit repair area of that client. And you'll notice that when we do that, the status will be changed to whatever the status is that we put it in. And your notes tab should be here. You'll see any notes that as processors we've added here, like process new round using report dated 10/14/2015, or if it's in a current issue status, it would be something along the lines of this note here, where it says current issue cannot log into credit monitoring to check for updates, please resolve. Okay. That's the process. I mean, you submit the file to us, we receive it, we process it, we send it back to you. This is typically what it would look like if we processed the round. And then the clock starts. You can see there's a follow-up date here. That's when this round is scheduled to end. That's when our processors will log into your client's credit monitoring to look for updates. So make sure you check that date, make sure that looks correct and appropriate. Otherwise, you're good to go.